bottom of the third inning, Wekiva just scoring again to up the lead to 7-1. Edgewater scored in the top of the first inning. Garcia, the Wekiva pitcher, giving up a walk to the leadoff hitter, Pennycook, who eventually scored. Since then, it's been all Wekiva, scoring 5 runs in the first, 2 in the second, and 1 here in the third. McCoy reaching base on a single, and then she just came home on the wild pitch, which was also ball 4 to Forrestel. And speaking of Forrestel, she's off to the races. She'll take second base. Still nobody out. That's Fish at the plate. Fish 0 for 4. Wekiva in its second game, coming into this game with a 182 batting average, so obviously they got some work to do. Only 4 hits in that first game. It was an 11-4 loss to Lake Highland Prep 2 days ago on Tuesday. Edgewater losing twice to Lake Buena Vista. They're still looking for their first win as well. And Forrestel jogged down to third base on another errant pitch. So Wekiva sending the entire lineup to the plate, all 9 batters in that first inning, to put together the 5 runs. Fish back to work. She's 0 for 1 tonight, striking out on her first at-bat. And she'll strike out twice now. High hard heat getting her. Stepping into the batter's box, number 1, shortstop Bertrago. So Bertrago 0 for 1. She flew out to the third baseman. Mendoza in her first at-bat. And the first pitch of the at-bat will end with a wild pitch, and Forrestel scoring to up the run to 8. Up the lead to 8-1. So Wekiva keeps adding to that total. Again, the leadoff hitter drew a walk. She came in on a sacrifice ground out, shortstop to first baseman, and since then it's been all Wekiva. Scoring 5 in the first, 1 in the second, and 2 here in the third. Mustang Field the site. Of course, Mustang Wekiva right next to the State Route 429 in southeast Apopka, the unincorporated portion of the city, just next to Maitland. And the athletic complex, just a stone's throw from the 429, as that'll take the count to 2-0. 8-1 lead. And the bottom of the third. This is Wekiva at the plate, wearing their traditional white home jerseys with the colors in the maroon. And a high, hard swing from Bertrago. Unfortunately, it was out of the strike zone. A tailing curveball. And that'll take the count to 3-1. So I'm Neil Fisher. Thank you for joining us on this Thursday night now, as nightfall has descended on Mustang Field. As Wekiva back to the top of the lineup. With McIntosh. Wild pitch, Bertrago on her way down to second. Now she made the turn there, and now the throw back from LeBron. At the plate, number 18, center fielder McIntosh. So McIntosh, the leadoff hitter, steps back in with that 1-0 count. Pennycook back to work. 2-0 count now. And that'll be high and outside. That'll allow Bertrago to get all the way down to third base, and she actually rounds it. That's she's done that on both second and third base, making that wide turn. And by the way, we are aware that right now we do not have any video. We are having some issues with our camera. We are efforting to resolve that. As that ball catches the inside corner, and it's a 3-1 count now. 8-1 lead for Wekiva. We're in the bottom of the third. Mustang field the site. That's Pennycook at the mound. She came in the first inning. And that'll be ball 4, high and wide, and it gets away from LeBron. And another run comes in. Lead now 9-1 for Wekiva, looking for its first victory of the season. So a 3-1 count on McIntosh, the leadoff hitter. Excuse me, a 2-2 count. And McIntosh stays alive, getting just a piece of it. Nobody on base, 1 out, 9-1 lead for Wekiva. They scored 5 runs in the first, 1 in the second, and 3 here in the third inning. A delivery from Pennycock lifts this one up. It's between second and right field, and it's going to drop into no man land. The seeing eye single. Wekiva, their leadoff hitter now, McIntosh, 3 at-bats, 3 times he's reached base. A hit batsman and a walk, and now the single. And that'll bring Kimber to the plate. Stepping into the batter's box, second baseman, number 8, Kimber. So Kimber 0 for 1 tonight. She's had a hand in a run. She walked in the first inning, scored the second run, and then she batted in the second run. She advanced the runner on a ground out to shortstop in her second at bat. So Wekiva now going through its batting order for the 3rd time this season. Another wild pitch, and that'll advance McIntosh down to second base. Neil Fisher with you on the call. Thank you for joining us tonight. Hope you enjoy the broadcast as much as we do bringing it to you. Also want to mention the baseball team as that ball's bunted behind the plate, and Wekiva perhaps got away with one there. Not a very well executed bunt, the ball going about 5 feet in the air. LeBron unable to catch it, get up in time before it hits the ground. So 0-1 count now. To Kimber, looking for her first hit of the game as well. And that will be 0-2 as she tries again to bunt. This one beaten into the ground on the right side, goes down first base. Slightly past home plate. And that ball's high and wide to the right. That's McIntosh going down third base. She's just still third and might have had a chance there to score. Ball was dropped by the third baseman. She didn't realize it had been dropped as she was getting up from the slide. So a 1-2 count. And actually, excuse me, this is number 12 at the play. It's Carabello. And she'll stay alive, getting just a piece of the next pitch. Cindy Caraballo at the plate, pitch hitting for Kimber. She came in as a pinch runner. Count remains 1-2. 9-1 lead for Wekiva in the bottom of the third with one out. Count now even at 2-2. As the ball pitch goes inside. And actually it's a full count, 3-2. Ball four, high and outside. And Carabello trots down to first base. Runners at first and third as we got a conference out on the mound. Coach Molnar making the trip out there. We'll see if he makes a pitching change. In the meantime, Garcia will be coming to the plate. At the plate, number 21, the pitcher, Garcia. So Garcia walking to the plate. Runners at first and third with only one out. Wekiva looking to add to a 9-1 lead. Rips that ball in the hole between shortstop and third base. And McIntosh crossing home plate to up the lead to 10-1. So Garcia, who reached base both times, now 3 times in a row, gets her third RBI of the night. 2 singles, an RBI with each of those, and then she hit a ground ball 5-3, third baseman to first, in between in the second inning for her third for the other RBI. Runners at first and second as Fix now steps into the plate. Now batting, number 23, second baseman, Fix. So Garcia stealing second as well. And Wekiva in prime position to continue to add to the 9-run lead. With runners at second and third. Don't need a single to bring in another run. You hit the ball to the right side of the field. Most likely you're going to get at least one run in. As she looks at ball one. That's Penny Cook on the mound. She came in with one out in the first inning. High and inside. That'll take the count to 2-0. And now a 2-1 count. So the 2-1 delivery from Pennycock. Ball spliced down to the second baseman. Scooped up. Nice job getting in front of it by Buckner, but that's exactly what Wekiva needed. Get that ball to the right side. Brings home Carabello. And a 10-1 lead, give the RBI to Fix. And we're going to have a pinch a pinch hitter as well. To 1, 11-1 lead for Wekiva. They've pushed 4 runs across here in this 3rd inning. And that'll start the count out, the at-bat with an 0-1 count. Runner at third base, that's Garcia. With 2 outs and a 2-0 count, or 1-1 count. And make that 2-1, ball low. Inside, runs the count to 3-1. And there's ball 4, so started off the inning. Or started off that at bat looking strong with a strike, but then 4 straight balls. The previous batter was pinch hitting number 22, Lencia Joseph. Now stepping into the plate, number 2, first baseman McCoy. So Joseph draws the walk, and Wekiva's gone through the entire lineup now. 10th batter in the inning, McCoy. She's 1 for 2 tonight, but has reached base both times as she begins this at-bat with a strike. Runners at first and third, 2 outs. And nope, that was just a bit inside, so that'll take the count to 1-1. McCoy reaching base in the first inning on an error by the first baseman. Singled her last at-bat, scored both times. And Garcia does not advance. Gets discretion, the better part of value. Joseph, though, does take second base. And the lineup from Pennycook, and that hit McCoy. It looked like it hit her. Couldn't tell exactly where, but it was somewhere in the sock and shoe area on the left foot. And that will load the bases with 2 outs. At the plate, number 13, left fielder, Forrestel. So Forrestel stepping in. She's reached base twice tonight, does not have an official at-bat. 2 walks, but did score a run on both of those walks. And Wekiva threatening to blow this game open with that 10-run lead and the bases loaded. The good news for Edgewater is there is 2 outs. So if they get an out here, they will be able to move to the top of the 4th inning. 11th batter in this inning. And a 1-0 count. What? Go, man. Behind the white box. So Garcia comes home on that wild pitch. 2-0 count now at the plate. And the score 12-1 now in favor of Wekiva. They've scored all the runs unanswered. The first run scored by Edgewater. And that'll take the count to 2-1. Still 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Forrestel back in the plate, and Pinnico, well, that one just got away high and way outside, and the score from Williams as the lead increases to 12. So Mustang Field to sight. I mentioned earlier, of course, this is a softball game. The baseball team is in action right now, right directly behind us. And this will make it 14-1. And it will empty the bases as well. So 8 runs in this 3rd inning. Wekiva looking for his first victory of the season, and a full count to Forrestel. Seems like she's been up there probably for a good 15 minutes. Of course, if memory serves me correct, we've had 3 runs come in during her at-bat, which has, of course, made it seem longer. And now Forrestel will go down to first base.
For what it's worth, I thought the camera battery was going to last until at least this half inning, but this half inning took longer than I expected. So if the camera goes out, we'll pick an alternate camera angle and get it back online. I do have an extra battery. It's just going to knock out the camera for about a minute and a half while I reconnect everything.
Now pitch hitting, number 33, Amani Green. So Green steps into the batter's box for the first time this season. Of course, mentioned it before. If you joined us late, though, some information as the count now 1-0. This is only the 2nd game of the season for Wekiva, the 3rd for Edgewater. Both teams looking for that first victory of the season. So I'm Neil Fisher. The other voice you just heard about 2 minutes ago was Mark Barchi. He is our regular #1 public address announcer, the only one actually Wekiva's ever known as the count goes 0-2.
But thank you, Neil, for stepping in for me while I got all the rust shaken off.
As I say, Mark also is our producer. So again, this is our first broadcast of the season. The throw to first. Wide, bounce there. LeBron looked confused. So runners at first and second now, still 2 outs. And that will bring to the plate the top of the lineup, and McIntosh, the center fielder. And actually, I believe that's a pinch hitter that we have up there now.
Got a conference here. It looks like the Edgewater coach is appealing something that happened.
As I was saying, this is our first broadcast of the season, and still working out some of the kinks. Mark taking care of that, making sure all the equipment working properly.
Well, the camera you're looking at is about to quit working properly. It's at 1%. All right, since we got a timeout here, maybe I will. No, they're just doing a position switch. was going to say that when this camera dies, which it is about to do, I will get the battery switched out as quickly as possible. But yeah, this is the first game. We got all new equipment. This is the same equipment we used for football and basketball season this year. It's all wireless. Had to get everything over here from the gym before we started today. But as you can see, we do now have 4 camera angles, so that's pretty good, right? Fouled away. And this is also a new GoPro. This is the GoPro Hero 13 that's covering the backstop. Thing about baseball and softball is filming through chain link is a challenge already, and the fact that you need a much wider angle than you would. There it is. That's the foul out, or the fly out catch to the pitcher.
Yeah, and by the way, that was a pinch hitter. That was Tasha Kolas. Nonetheless, Wekiva puts up an 8 spot.
There goes the battery. I'll fix that now.
And a 14-1 lead as we head to the top of the 4th inning. Due up for Edgewater in the top of the 4th inning, number 14, Mendoza, the 3rd baseman, number 9, the catcher, LeBron, and number 15, first baseman, DeLauder. And in the meantime, welcome back to Mustang Field. This is a game between the home team, Wekiva Mustangs, and Edgewater Eagles, about 5 miles down the road in College Park's Edgewater's campus. And Edgewater actually scored first, a leadoff walk by Penny Cook. She stowed second and third base, came home on an RBI ground out to the shortstop. Bertrago, that was Buckner with the RBI. It's been all Wekiva since then, plating 5 in the first, 1 in the second, and 8 in the 3rd inning to take that 14-1 lead. Wekiva has drawn $11 walks or hit batsmen, and they've also benefited from 4 errors committed by Edgewater. And we have a number of changes which we will get to as this inning progresses, a number of defensive changes. In the meantime, this is Mendoza stepping in. And Mendoza looks at ball 1. At the plate, number 14, 3rd baseman, Mendoza. Mendoza 1 for 1 tonight. An infield single in that 1st inning. And the pitch from Garcia, who's gone the entire distance. That'll even the count at 1-1. Garcia gets her sign. That ball sliced into foul territory. That'll be 1-2 count. Ball in front of the plate. The quick throw from Fix. And now she's out. Fix jumping on that ball quickly, threw it down to first. And I guess she didn't quite reach first base, Mendoza. And then McCoy tagged her, and now it's officially an out. And now up is LeBron, the catcher, 0 for 1, struck out in the first inning against Garcia. And she looks at ball 1. Now at the plate, number 9, catcher LeBron. So I can tell you, as far as the defensive changes, as I'll take the count to 1-1, Bertrago, who started the game as the shortstop, she's moved over to third base. We have a new second baseman and a shortstop. So ball sliced foul. We'll take it to 2-1. Can you see the second baseman and shortstop number?
Shortstop is 18. Second baseman is 12.
So Mackenzie McIntosh now in at shortstop, and Cindy Caraballo is in at second base. And that'll even the count at 2-2. Of course, McIntosh moving to shortstop from center field. So Wekiva with that 13-run lead. Coach Griffin looking to get some time in for her reserves. In the meantime, Garcia continues to work on the mound. She's gone the distance, and now a full count. Garcia going the 6 innings in Wekiva's first game against Lake Highland Prep. That was a loss. Much different outcome tonight. She gave up 11 runs. Of course, only 6 were earned in that game against Lake Highland Prep. So far tonight, she's given up 1 run. Wekiva scored 14 unanswered. Soft fly ball to the third baseman. Bertrago puts it away, and a 1-2-3 inning for Wekiva. At the end of 3.5, 14-1 in favor of Wekiva. We'll be back for the bottom of the 4th inning.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've reached the middle of the 4th inning, and that can only mean one thing. It's time for the 4th inning stretch. So stand up, stretch your legs, and join us now for Take Me Out to the Ball Game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back, for it's root for the Mustangs. If they don't win, it's a shame, for it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Once again, we welcome everyone to season 19 of Mustang Softball. We are live streaming tonight's game, so if you have friends and family back in College Park, elsewhere in Apopka, or anywhere in the world, and they were not able to join us in person for tonight's game, make sure you let them know they can find it on NFHSnetwork.com or on our YouTube channel, Wekiva Sports. For those of you watching online, the broadcast is going to interrupt for just a second here while we reset something, and then we'll be back. Okay, we are back, and now we have the buttons working, I think. Let's see. There we go.
Stepping into the plate, leading off for Wekiva, number 18, Mackenzie McIntosh. So McIntosh, mentioned in that last inning, came in as a defensive replacement. She'll be batting in Kimber's position. And Mackenzie playing second base the last inning, shortstop the last inning. 1 for 4. One hit was a double. And she did score a run as well and got an RBI. So I guess that's at least you're being efficient when you do get a hit, as she looks at ball 1. And the 14-1 lead for Wekiva as we begin the bottom of the 4th inning. Sarud beginning the game tonight on the mound. There's a high ball that's going to get over the center fielder. Richbosch tracks it down about 5 feet in front of the fence, all the way around second and into third. A stand-up triple for McIntosh to start the bottom of the 4th inning. She got her opportunity and certainly made the most of that, Mark.
Absolutely, Neil, and that makes you feel good. You can probably hear, if I turn the ambient sound up a little bit, you can hear the cheers coming from the dugout and from the stands. I mean, I know it's a 13-run lead right now, but those are the plays, and if she does eventually come home, that's the way you want to earn runs. You don't want to earn runs through errors. You don't want to earn runs through walks. Yeah, you want to earn runs through big hits.
Through your own efforts. And by the way, that hit now, as that is now
at the plate for the Mustangs, second baseman number 8, Alicia Kimber.
So Kimber, I was going to say McIntosh now leads the team in hitting. And actually, I said she was she's actually 1 for 1, so she's now 2 for 2. She had 4 plate appearances in the first game against Lake Highland Prep, but she only had 1 official at bat. And now, as you just heard Mark say, that's Kimber at the plate. She is 0 for 0, actually batted in the number 2 position in the 3rd inning and drew a walk and scored a run. So again, with this 13-run lead, Coach Griffin going to her reserves, get some playing time in for those players who don't see a lot of action. And now the 2-1 count. This is the 4th time Wekiva is making its way through the lineup. And that ball chopped into foul territory. That evens the count at 2-2. So again, just want to remind you, we're not broadcasting, but the baseball team is playing as well. They began their season last week. And there's strike 3 on Kimber, who is also batting in Garcia's
Next
position.
up for the Mustangs is pitcher number 21, Ariana Garcia.
So Garcia, again, a 13-run lead, so in this particular case, probably doesn't mean too much in the short term, the immediate, as the count now 0-1, but certainly Garcia as a pitcher could help her own cause. And Mark, we talk about this often. If you've listened to Wekiva broadcast before, first of all, thank you. But you've heard us, as the count now 1-1, talk about, even though when you're in a game and you have that big lead, your coach isn't coaching for that game. They're thinking about the future games. And, you know, if you, as the count 2-1, and if the team isn't playing well, that usually carries over. It doesn't affect that particular game but you don't want to leave that game playing poorly and then have it carry over. So this is a great opportunity for Garcia beyond the fact of helping her own cause, but to give her some momentum moving forward as well, a blueprint for how to play some winning baseball, and she'll draw the walk. So Garcia now 4 at-bats, reached base all 4 times. 2 singles, a walk, and she reached on an error along with 3 RBIs. And now
at the plate for the Mustangs, catcher number 23, Macy Fix.
Fix will step in, as you just heard Mark say. She has 2 RBIs as well, and that wild pitch will allow Garcia to maneuver down to second base with 1 out. Fix 0 for 2 tonight. She did reach base, got 2 RBIs. Ironically and coincidentally, she's grounded out twice to the second baseman Buckner. But again, both of them were productive at-bats as she knocked a run in. And now she'll take first base. Hit batsman. And the bases are loaded with only 1 out. Here in the 4th inning, it's a 14-1 lead for Wekiva. Hey, is it 15 after 4? I know it's 10 after 5. Yes. And so, by the way, too, just want to point out that there are 2 ways you can win the run rule. The first one, not the more common one, but chronologically, that's 15 runs after 4 innings. So Wekiva needs 2 more runs to run rule. Ball sliced down the first base line, picked up by Pennycock. She'll take it herself. And 1 run comes in, McIntosh. So Williams again. So Williams will knock in that 15th run, make it 15-1. And we've seen a lot of that tonight. Talked about Fitz. She has a couple of RBIs on ground outs, but they both knocked in runs, and now Williams doing the same. And with 2 outs, now runners at second and third, and at the plate is McCoy.
Now at the plate for the Mustangs, first baseman number 2, Julia McCoy.
McCoy, 3 for 3 in reaching base. She's actually only 1 for 1 in official at-bats. And that'll take the count to 0-2. Reached first base on an error, fielding error by the first baseman in the first inning. Singled in the third, as well as reached base by getting hit. She came up twice in that 3rd inning and scored a run all 3 times. Wekiva sent 9 batters to the plate in the first inning and 11 in the 3rd. And that should do it. McCoy not having to swing the bat as Garcia crosses the plate, and that makes it 16-1, and I believe that is it. The run rule in effect. So Wekiva came out, gets their first win of the season very convincingly. They gave up a run. Garcia walking the leadoff hitter, that leadoff hitter scoring. They then put together 16 straight runs unanswered, 5 in the first, 2 in the second, 8 in the third, and 2 here in the 4th to close out the game. Wekiva 1-2, Edgewater 0-3. Mark, take us to the finish line for the first game of season 19 for Wekiva softball.
That takes us to the end of the ball game, 16-1, the final score. As we've hit a 15-run differential in the 4th inning or later, and with the home team having the lead, that means the bottom of the inning is not necessary. So that will be an official game as we conclude opening night of season 19. We want to thank everyone for coming out to support your Mustang and Eagle athletes. Mustang fans, your next opportunity to catch Wekiva in action is going to be on Tuesday on the road at Colonial. Your next chance to catch them at home is a week from tonight, Thursday, as they host the West Orange Warriors at 5 p.m. If you can't wait that long for a home game, though, come back and see us tomorrow night. We've got baseball, and we would love to see you there as well. We're going to try to get that one live streamed. We get the equipment going. For those of you here in the ballpark, please drive carefully and arrive home safely. Those of you watching online, please subscribe before you go. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, X, and YouTube at Wekiva Sports, and bookmark WekivaMustangs.com for all of your scores, schedules, and more. We'll see you tomorrow for baseball. Until then, good night from Mustang Field.